Hey, little brother, what are you doing there, man? You're in the dark. I barely even noticed you.
Hi, big brother.
What's
All
up?
right. All right, guys.
I'm trying to light myself up.
Where are you, in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not at home.
So, all right, guys. First of all, those of you who are attending, watching, whatever you guys are doing, thank you for joining us today. Uh, Last minute special live stream, if you will. You can see who we have here. We have Prepper Tribe, Prepping Outside the Box, Alaska Prepper, Grim Survival, and Gray Man Prepping. We are all brainstorming today on how to donate to Texas, which, by the way, Alaska Prepper already came up with a solution for now, and we want to also work on how to pool our money and give it to preppers in need when a disaster strikes in their area or home. We've had some preppers go through some hardships in Texas. I know one guy said he was running out of water because he thought he had enough and he didn't have enough. So I hope this thing turns into something positive. I hope that we can get this off the ground. As of right now, to help out Texas, guys, in my description section below, or Alaska Prepper's description section below, there is a link called coffee or ko-fi.com/Alaska Prepper. That's where you're going to donate everything as of right now for Texas. It's going through Alaska Prepper. And the reason why I hate to say this, but the reason why I not hate to say it, but I chose Alaska Prepper is because he's super transparent and he's super trustworthy. And everybody on here agrees. And I'm 1,000% sure all you guys watching agree. So that being said, when you hit the link, do yourself a favor, do us a favor, donate $1 or whatever you have so that we can get Texas squared away and other preppers, if you will, squared away. Right now we're donating to a food bank in Texas. I'll get you the food bank right now. And obviously, I vetted it. Sorry. I vetted it, and it's one of the legit ones in Texas. So give me 2 seconds.
Cool,
And
cool.
guys, if you guys want to say something, please do it, man.
I was thinking of another possible way besides monetary.
Right.
Instead of just having money available, there's maybe a possibility for different regions of the United States, if you kind of split it up, to be able to take items that are in need, like maybe just small generators to run important things, blankets, coats, things like that, diapers, stuff that they can't get a hold of. I mean, a lot of us got trailers and things like that, and we could. I mean, I'll drive. So.
That's a good idea. The supply thing is a good idea. That's less cash in hand, and that's more supplies that are needed. So that's actually a good idea.
We could do a food drive where you get a box truck and just load it up with food all the way to Texas, and then take it to wherever it's needed the most. So, yeah. I mean, I volunteer if you need me to drive something. I'm good at that.
All right, that's a good idea. So money supplies food drive.
How do we send?
I got a small one.
Say that.
I got a small idea.
Go ahead.
What if somebody made a T-shirt like "I help Texas" or something? You know, that's just throwing it out there. But if you made a T-shirt and all the profits from the T-shirts, Alaska could, handle, and that way you get something, saying you helped or something, and then they be, could wear them on their live streams or something, and people could see them, and it would spread the word.
Actually, under the description of my videos, I've got one of those Teespring deals where I have coffee mugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And any profits from any of those sales, and it's not just for now, but it's always, any profits I've ever made from them, they go to my charity account. Mm-hmm. So if you want to go over there and pick yourself up a mug, look, you can get a mug with my mug on it.
Cool.
If you want to go over there and pick yourself up a mug, feel comfortable knowing that whatever profits that come out of that account goes straight to my charity account, and that's where it goes. I don't keep any of that money. It goes straight to charity, and that's how I try to build it up over time. So if you want to do that as well, that will help as well. However, I can get on there tomorrow morning. I'm better at doing mugs than T-shirts because I'm a terrible designer. I can get on there tomorrow morning and design a little cup, that says "I help Texas," and then the year with the Texas flag on it, and then I'll put my motto, my Reach One, Teach One, Repeat motto in the back. That looks like that. So this will be one side of it, and then the other side will be "I help Texas" with a flag or something on it. I can do that tomorrow morning as well if you want to have a something to remember, this time by. Not that it's a great time, but ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and do my spiel real quick before the other gentlemen. And hey, there's TJ Preps take over. You know how us preppers are always preaching the government ain't gonna be there for you. The government is not gonna be there for you. Well, this is one of those times that we can walk the walk. All right, we've been talking the talk all this time. This is one of those times that we can walk the walk, reach in your pocket only if you can. If you cannot afford it, guess what? Just watch an ad on the video. That video that I put up a day ago where it says we need to help Texas, I monetized it on purpose. That's a charity video, and some people might have been like, why in the world would you monetize something like this? Not so that I can capitalize off of it, but so that whatever money I made from that video, I can throw in the Texas fund. That's the only reason I monetized that specific video, all right? So this is the time that we can actually walk the walk. If you can afford it, reach in your pocket, take $3 out and throw it in that coffee fund. And as I always like to say, many hands make little work. And I just wanted to go ahead and give a huge shout out to the Alaska Prepper community, first and foremost, before we start, because since I put out that video yesterday about helping Texas, our PayPal account yesterday, before I put out the video, had $700 and something in it. Right now, it stands at $4,924.
Wow.
So in one day, we had over $4,200 donated to help Texas. So that's what I'm talking about as far as sticking together and making sure that we help each other out, because everyone here knows that when it all pops, when the balloon pops, the government ain't going to be there to help you. So I want to say thank you to everyone that donated, and I want to say thank you in advance to all of you that will donate. We need to help each other out and take care of each other.
Well, thank you for mentioning that, because I wasn't going to monetize this video, and I said, fuck it, monetize it and take the money and donate it. It's that simple. And prepping outside the box. Go ahead.
I just wanted to throw something out that we always talk about encouraging people to be prepared and things like that. And instead of just throwing stuff their way, which is what we were going to do anyways, but I'm saying make it known that it's from people that have a preparedness mindset, so they have an understanding of, well, look what you could have done, look what you can do in the future, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah. So that's the idea for this. Again, talking to Alaska Property yesterday is when we spoke, and talking to him, and I was just like, we need to expand on this because I don't like the idea of people struggling, needing help, and here we are, we prep, and we're supposed to help one another out. So I think this being that we have a platform, all of us have a platform. We have a voice. People listen, right? People like us. Some of us, I know that we can get this done. We absolutely can. And I think this is the one time where we can actually put our differences aside, right, and help. And this is where the whole, when I was preaching about preppers coming together and helping one another out, helping our channels out, shit like that. This is what's going to make the difference, guys. This is the time to how do you say, grab your nuts and get into it, and this is what we do. And ma'am, sorry about the nuts comment, but this is what this is how we show what we're worth at this moment right here and moving forward, I might add.
Now, being this is a social media platform, I'm sitting there been scouring the net trying to find a hashtag that would work for this, because with hashtags, people find things easier. So if we all use the same hashtag on a specific video, anybody's video associated with what we're doing may pop up, be it Google or wherever they're looking for, Twitter, Instagram, any of that kind of stuff like that. So I've been trying to find stuff, but there's a lot of things taken. I don't know if anybody's really creative with some wording that we could use to tag our videos with.
Preppers for Texas.
Say again?
Boom. Preppers for Texas.
There you go. There it goes. That was it. Very, very easy.
Hey, can I say something really quick?
Go ahead.
I just I noticed there's a super chat there, and if it's going for your channel, that's great. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to donate to the fund that's going to go to the food bank, please don't do it in the form of a super chat. Go to the link, because that link, they only keep, I think it's like 1.5% or 2%. It's all that they keep for their administrative fee, whereas YouTube does take a larger chunk out. So if you want to maximize,
you can fix it to where that doesn't happen.
What's that?
For charity. There is a way to do it to where they don't take any money out if it's for charity.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm giving that to the charity, but I don't know how to do that. Whatever she donated, that goes to charity.
Yeah.
And that's why I told
There's
people,
still a timer on it. Doesn't it still take 30 days to pay out anyway?
Yeah, but you're right. It does take 30 days. But so whatever they donate,
I'll be right back.
All right, whatever they donate now, the coffee goes immediately into his account, and then this will just be something 30 days later. So that's why if you guys are going to do the super chat, go to the coffee link in the description section, hit that, donate it through there. I know it's a lot easier to do it through Google. I get it. But like I said, for the rest of this month, super chats to me, please don't donate to the Texas Food Bank or to Alaska Preppers Coffee. So for, what is this? We're in February. For the rest of March as well, donate to the Alaska Prepper. So no super chats. I'm not like breaking anyone's arm and forcing you not to, but I would appreciate it if you donated directly to Alaska Preppers coffee fund thing. That's in the description. That's in the description section below, guys. I do appreciate the super chat. Do not get me wrong, but for the rest of the month of March, let it be about Texas, and then whatever. After that, have at it, have fun. But let's keep going. Go ahead.
Hey, Jason, one question. Now that I hear you say that for the rest of the month of March, that's all fine and all, but personally, and we can talk about this behind the scenes, personally, I would rather not sit on that $5,000 I have right now for the next month or month and a half. Maybe we can split it into two charities. Give some of it next week and then give the rest at the end of March or something like that.
No, I'm talking about on my aspect. As far as your aspect goes, you use your timeline. Whenever you want to do it, that's up to you. As far as my timeline goes, it's different. It's for the rest of the month. Right.
I understand.
You don't donate to me, my channel. I'm not speaking for anyone else, guys. I'm speaking for myself. But what you call it? He's right. He has his own timeline with the coffee thing, so he's going to donate a lot sooner because they need the funds a lot sooner. They don't need it a month later, right? They need it now. Now, with that being said, protecting preppers and making sure they need stuff like prepping outside the box set. Supplies are probably going to be more needed than cash, generators and things like that. We are going to brainstorm on how we're going to get that supplies to them. I know a couple of guys already offered to drive to them, so that's great. Me and my shitty Mercury Mariner. Say again?
We could set up a chain because all of us are in different areas. Each one of us could take donations and then meet up in the middle, or somebody can drive it from, say, where you're at, Jason, drive it to partway and somebody else can meet you there, pick it up, and then move it the rest of the way, or halfway and somebody else can pick it up and just keep passing it off until it gets there, kind of thing. Because for me personally, I can't donate money, but I have a couple extra 50 or 5-gallon buckets of rice I could throw in the back of a truck and send it. So, rice and beans, things like that. I can donate canned food and things like this, but yeah.
But listen, and that's the thing, guys. Everybody on here, whether it's a YouTuber, whether it's you guys watching, you are not obligated to donate. If you do not have it, you can't give it. It's that simple, guys. It's not a you have to. We're not making anyone feel bad or guilty. If you can do it, by all means do it. If you cannot, your support just being here, listening to us, passing on ideas. That's good enough, guys.
Just real quick to touch on what Tribe said. Tribe, do you want, because they're both available and there's no one using these hashtags. You have preppers with the number 4 Texas, and then you have preppers FOR for Texas. So no one's using either one of those. I don't know if you guys want to settle on that or not.
It's up to y'all, man. I just threw it out there.
Preppers for Texas.
I like the 4.
That's a great mug right there. Preppers for Texas.
Yeah, that's I like the 4, the number 4.
I do too.
Less letters. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm Googling it now and nothing is
I know
popping
Bear
up.
Independent has
No one's using
connections
it.
in Texas. Does anybody talk to Bear Independent? He has a lot of connections in Texas. He could be like a drop-off point, and if we're setting up this chain thing for food, supplies, or gear, or whatever it is.
You know what? I was meaning to email him, but I was like, he's too, busy for small timers. But I'll throw it out there just to see.
Yeah, but he does things like this all the time. So
yeah, I know. You're right. You are right. So
I've seen him in other people's live shows that are small YouTubers. So he does make appearances and does do things.
Well, I'll reach out to him right now, see what he says. It's kind of last minute, but we'll be. Go ahead.
What should we say? Like, let's say I do my 7 a.m. show, and I want to mention this. Should we just call it, Preppers for Texas? And I say, look, the links in the description and all that. We're doing this thing. Are we calling it Preppers for Texas, or it's got to have some kind of name to it so we can have something to say? You know what I mean?
I think Preppers for Texas is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think that the Prepping for Texas is it.
All right. All right.
I'm gonna call it.
Cool.
So are we going to set up like a GoFundMe type thing for people to donate to for them?
That's the I'd rather not do a GoFundMe.
Okay.
I hate those thieves. They take a lot out. They have done a lot of shit that I do not like when it comes to other fundraisers by other people. And I do not want to make this political, but they have gone down a political road already, screwing people over who are trying to help out other people. So
do y'all know of anybody else or another organization we can use to do that? So people like us, the channels can put it in their description and have it for subscribers to click on and go donate at any given time.
Yeah, Alaska Preppers.
That's what we're doing with Alaska Preppers thing. Yeah,
Okay, so I missed
you missed it, TJ. That was like the very first part before you got on.
Was that when you're in the very first part?
I know, that's what I say. You missed it. So if you go to any of my videos, you'll see, especially the very last video I put up about Texas, you'll see on the description, the only thing there, you're going to see something that says buy a coffee for charity and a link.
Okay.
If you copy that and put it on your description and encourage people to donate to that, it'll go to my coffee account, which goes directly to my PayPal account. And that PayPal account is only for charity. So there's no mix and matching, personal and charity. It's only for charity. So every single penny that goes in there will be the amount of money that we'll be able to donate.
Okay. So if I do a live, I can just use your link. Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, right now we're up to just shy of $5,000 last time I checked.
That's awesome.
So I'm dropping the link in the chat, guys. This is the Buy a Coffee for Charity. The reason why, here's the other reason. A lot of us here, including myself, we're passing the money thing off to Alaska Prepper because not only is he trustworthy, but none of us wants to deal with the money. I really don't. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to look at it. I just want to shoot ideas out there, help build this thing, and then that's it. Bounce, right? I don't want anything to do with the money. A lot of us don't. And I think TJ Preps, the we need to come up with a system after this to put towards preppers. Now, if Alaska Prepper wants to volunteer that charity thing, or come up with another link that puts money away for preppers in need, then so be it. But like I said, I'm out.
I'll have to think about that, because there's tax implications in this, and I actually have to hire a CPA because of my charity fund.
Okay.
To make sure that I don't get in trouble. So I don't really want to mix match, like my regular charity fund with a different one for a different purpose. So we'll think about that, and we'll talk about that behind the scenes. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, definitely. And if anybody who's watching has any ideas, you could do us a favor and actually pitch it in the chat, or email me at angryprepper@gmail.com, or I guess they can reach out to any one of you guys who want to throw your email out, so people could come up.
If you email me, I'll email Angry.
There you go. So guys, listen, like I said, I didn't want this to how long are we on?
21 minutes.
Okay.
20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival to start a 501c3. Again, I don't want to start that here in New York. I know the laws are a little different than other places. I know taxes are different, and I know here in New York City, or state rather, sorry, taxes in New York State are run by thieves and criminals. So, if you guys,
what state are they not run by thieves and criminals?
So yeah,
Exactly.
But I think New York City has an extra. They take top reign besides DC, which is actually number one where the criminals meet. New York City is like just behind it. Ace of Spades, we are brainstorming on how to help Texas out. And keep saying Ace of Spades. Ace Spades, we're working to help Texas out, and we're also looking to come up with a fund to help preppers in the future. Hopefully that answered your question.
No Bad keeps talking about Salvation Army.
Say again?
No Bad in chat keeps talking about Salvation Army.
They can
I mean, two things that you had said earlier. I know Bear has a lot of knowledge based on probably on like 501c. He has a lot of information because he does a lot of that stuff.
Right.
And Jason, if you're looking what that weird thing is on your screen down there that says Gray Man sharing his screen,
Yeah.
that's just in case. I don't know if they do click on the link, that's what they should be seeing. Is with if you clicked on that, it would pop up on our screen and it would show that right there is what they'll be seeing when they click on Alaska Prepper's link. So,
Okay. All right.
I do got a question.
Go ahead.
It's just something that popped in my mind. Has anybody thought about if we could get like a company to donate, and then if that company donates on our behalf, then we could actually like in one of our shows just mention the company, and it would be like good. I don't know. It'd be like a good commercial type thing for them. If they like let's say we reached out to somebody who makes generators. And They said they would donate 10, 20, 30 generators, and then we make the promise, okay, well, we'll mention you in our show, for the next week. And that would get 30 generators down to Texas to people who need them. I'm just saying, it's just an idea.
To go where we're trying.
From a business point of view, you'll need a 501c for that, because if you have a company donating and you already have a 501c set up, then they can use that as a tax write-off as well. So from a business point of view, you're going to have to set up the 501c first. And looking into 501cs like I have been doing, Missouri is a good idea for an area to set it up in because of the tax laws and how cheap it is for initial setup there.
Well, I mean, Missouri is just awesome anyways, just in general.
Does anybody have
Unless you get pulled over there, then it's not awesome at all.
Does anybody have connections or sponsorships with, let's say, ReadyWise, Artisan Farms, or they could reach out to like one of these companies that have emergency food?
Right.
I mean, I guess we can do that. We can do work on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you the truth. I've reached out to a few companies on a number of occasions for charity. They're tight.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
So I refuse to ask anymore, because I've done it a couple of times and I'm like, you know what? We don't need them. We'll take care of ourselves.
Right.
But that's me. Maybe they just didn't like me.
I don't see how that's possible.
Not likely.
Greed.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but Augustin Farms is fixing to stop production.
Why?
I don't know.
They're out of food. They can't source
They
their
said
food.
they don't have the right supplies.
They can't. Hey, we've been talking about this, man, for a while. They cannot source the food.
They said if they're shutting down, we'll probably be hard pressed to find help from anybody like that.
I was thinking about the same thing with the generators, because right now it's probably pretty hard to find a generator if you want to pay for one, let alone, donate 10 or 20 to
Well, I mean,
someone.
listen, obviously right now there's a lot of things we won't be able to do. I'm talking, hopefully, I'm talking in the future, in a couple months, when things get a little better, if they get better, that we can, find generators, find canned goods that we can buy, find companies that will support us. I mean, right now everyone's tight, but seemingly that COVID is disappearing and shit's opening up and getting better. I'm hoping in a couple months production on a lot of things get better. That's my big ass hope. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but as of right now, generators are hard to find. People are buying generators just so that they don't end up in the same situation as Texas. People in here.
I don't think generators is a good idea. For one, the fuel supply down there is very limited, so they're not going to be able to fuel it. And what a priority is right now, the most immediate concern is water. Water and water filters would be the primary need they need immediately.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, listen. Here's the other problem with water. The privatization, Jesus Christ, of water. It's becoming becoming another issue. So right now, water. I mean, we can ship packets of water or pallets of water to these people down there. I think that's easy for us to do. I hope it is. As of right now, I think we could. Like I said, the generators were just a thought. But there's also other things that people are going to need down there. I think there's a list of shit we should actually be writing out to see what we can work on when we're done with this on our own. I know that we're all busy. I know we're all filming our videos, but I think if we took 5 to 10 minutes a day and wrote down what we can help and how we can help, and then we came back together and pushed this out there, I think it would be good. And obviously, we want to get more people involved. We just don't want to keep it between us 7. I'm pretty sure we can ask other preppers like Pinball, Hudson Valley and Survival, Persian Prepper. We can ask these other guys to also get involved in this. Because remember, this is us getting Texas and ourselves in the future ready for whatever might happen and helping however we can. That's the whole purpose of this. This is not to keep us, this is not to keep it just between us 7. That's not the purpose of this.
We got a whole bunch of people too, also in like Canada and stuff.
Who? Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're part of the community,
I guess.
What do you think about? Does anybody have contacts with some of these massive channels like City Prepping or the Urban Prepper? Those big guys that they have a huge base.
You know what? I should have, and I wasn't thinking about it. I could reach out to Urban and City and even Canadian and see what they think about this. I can even reach out to Prepper Princess as well, see what she thinks. So she's up there in the charts.
Yeah, because
I have Prepper Nurse 1's email and Urban Prepper's email. I could talk to either one of them.
All right, yeah, I have Prepper Nurse's cell. I mean, whatever you guys want to do. Whoever wants to reach out to whoever they want to reach out to, just reach out to them. It doesn't matter.
The more the merrier. We should all reach out to everybody.
We should, spam them with emails just to get them to respond. Oh, we got NY Prepper as well, right? So listen, we got a lot of preppers that have far reach. So we might as well reach out to all of them and see how we can spitball ideas. Now, here's the big problem, and I want to get it out of the way right away. so that we're not stepping on each other's dicks and trying to fucking see who has the bigger, balls.
I don't have that
Please
issue.
don't step on it.
All right. Very good. So I think we as right now, we're just going to agree or disagree with certain things. And if we disagree with it, we table it and we revisit it later. We don't just knock it down and never look at it again. Whatever we talk about, we're going to keep this as neutral as possible. If someone has a better idea, we're going to go with that. But whatever the old idea was, again, we'll table it and we'll look at it later. And if it doesn't work at all, we'll just say, listen, it doesn't work. We all got to come to the consensus, sort of like a voting process, if you will. We're not going to sit here and
Fight.
get into a pissing match, a fight, whatever it is. We leave that bullshit behind. This is about helping other people and essentially helping ourselves. Hopefully we don't need it. We're sort of like an insurance policy, guys.
Yeah.
I looked at the insurance policy as and not making this about myself, but about firefighters. Firefighters are an insurance policy, right? And when you see us, shit is bad. Well, when people see us donating to somebody, I want them to know that shit is good, and that's what we're here for, all of us. Again, even if what's her name, Faithful Prepper, if she jumps in on this, or Northern Girl Hobby, or
Native and Devout.
Right, Native and Devout. These guys jump in on this. That's what we want. We want more of us to jump in to grow this shit to reach more people. Listen, there are people who won't watch some of us, but they'll watch Alaska. They'll watch TJ, and they can get the message out there to those people who don't want to watch us.
Yeah, spread the word. Spread the word.
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna say a lot of it's gonna get done by people in the chat. You got like people like Janet P in there that said she's gonna reach out to Goyo Foods and get back to us. So you got people in chat that got. I mean, there's so many people that follow you guys. There's way more connections in chat than I think we have. You know what I mean?
I think so, and that's why when I was scheduling this, I was going to keep it for members only, and I'm like, no, fuck it, open it up to everyone who gets involved, and now it's growing into a thing. Now, again, being that we nominated Alaska Preppers, running a point on this part right here, the Texas part, the preppers for the prepper security thing, if you will, that's going to take some time. By the way, guys who are watching, that's not going to be an overnight thing. That's going to take some time because we want to make sure that this works and that we can actually deliver either the money, supplies, or food to who needs it. Right. Yeah. And
I do got a question though. Whenever you get a chance, I just don't. For Alaska Prepper, I'm wondering. You have the donation money, and you say you got 5,000, close to 5,000. Are you allowed to take, say, 1,500 of that and buy nothing but life straws and then use any of? No.
So this is the deal. When I expressed my intent to my community members through the video that I put out, I said that this money is going to go to food banks.
Right.
So I'm not talking about later on, what we're going to do later on for other charities. But my intent with this donation right here is to send it to at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 different food banks, depending on how much we get. Like, for example, if we stay stuck at $5,000 right now, I'm going to split that in half and send it to 2 different food banks that I'll go ahead and make sure that they're legit. If you already have one in mind, Angry Prepper, if you already have one in mind that you checked out, but I want to send it to at least 2 different food banks if it's 5,000. So for every $2,500 that we get, we'll add a food bank to the thing, because that's what I put out on that video, and I don't want to change anything about what my intent was, because I'm not really dealing with my money. It's the money of the people that donated it, and I want to do exactly what I said with it that I was going to do.
I wasn't really asking if you would do it with that money. What I'm asking is it allowed? Like, is it legal? Like, if you do a charity,
Yes.
You can do that. You can use those funds to buy something and donate what's bought type situation.
Yes, you can. Like, for example, I don't have a 501c3. But what I do is I had to hire a CPA, and the way it was explained to me is that as long as you have documentation showing that those monies or those items were donated, then it is tax deductible. So it won't be a hit on you on your taxes, right? So that's tax deductible. So as long as you have the documentation, you should be good to go. Just make sure you keep that documentation when you do your taxes. Even if you do your own taxes, you can use that documentation. However, make sure that you check where you live, because it may be different than where I live.
I had a quick question real quick that maybe, I don't know if this will be helpful or not. I have a wholesale. I don't personally, my company has a wholesale account with a company that sells, survival gear and all kinds of stuff like that. So if we were going to buy stuff, I don't know how it would work, but I can get it better than you could get it like on, let's say, Amazon or something like that. Like I can get it at cost versus that, and we don't have, they don't have no MOQ or nothing like that. So I can buy stuff at cost. I think, Jason, I mentioned you, the company we had talked about, you had dealt with them before in the past.
Okay.
Because I do have an account with them.
This prepper, I don't know what we're going to call it, the prepper donation that we're going to do after this.
Preparedness relief.
I have a lot of ideas about this that we can talk about in the future, because we're talking about buying product and shipping it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking is that if we have a coalition of maybe 1 or 2 preppers per state, they can be the hub to distribute whatever it is that we need to distribute going wherever. And then we can have one centralized account that holds the funds, or maybe 2 centralized accounts that holds the funds, with someone managing it and directing the funds to that coalition member, and then them getting the resources they need and then transporting it to wherever it needs to go. But like I said, that's just an idea that I wanted to record.
Well, the good news is I already have that mostly set up.
Oh, great. Outstanding. Then that'll work. Then all you have to do is just find a way of getting them whatever it is that they need. That way they can transport it to the location that's needing it.
And that's why I was thinking, with my access to wholesale pricing versus retail pricing, it makes the dollar stretch a lot more.
In different areas will be cheaper too. You'll buy something in, Kansas that's a lot cheaper than if you buy it in Maryland type situation too.
Yep.
Right. Well, how many people on here have an LLC?
I've got a corporation.
Okay. Right. All right. So 4 of us have a LLC and or a corporation. So that could be a start for now. Just for the short term, when you're looking to buy bulk and stuff like that. For example, there's a place here called Jethro's. I don't know if you nobody knows what that is. Okay, so here in New York City, it's a restaurant depot, and they sell this stuff by the bulks. I mean, bigger than what's the bulk spot? BJ's. You guys know what BJ's is, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, but the restaurant depot, it's, you need an LLC, but you can go in there and get, again, stuff at bulk. So if I had to, or something happened and somebody needed, let's say, flour, sugar, or cans of beans, I can go there, get a ton of it, ship it in a truck or something somehow, and then get it out. That's why I asked about the LLC, because there's certain places that you can go bulk with just your LLC, and you get like a stupid like $5 membership, and then you can walk in and buy what you need. So then
I've been to a restaurant depot in Indianapolis with my LLC, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. So and there's also Restaurant Depot. Thank you for that. There's also them, and you can walk in and buy what you need, and at least now we're buying exactly what's needed and not trusting a corporation or some fucking delivery service to pick it up that might screw it up. Again, it's just an idea. I'm not saying that it's a finite, but I would like to obviously over the next, I'm going to say, few months, hammer this out. Like I said, this is not an instantaneous thing.
It's a great idea, though.
Yeah. I'm going to be meeting with my business lawyer here pretty soon. I can talk to him about a 501c3. I'm in Missouri.
Okay. All right.
Just to get information about it. I ain't setting up nothing right now. Let me clarify. But I will get all the information so you guys can think about it and look at it. I was going to say also, just not to keep on jumping in, but there's a crap load of truckers that follow, like all of us, right? There's a big network we already have across the nation, and you could literally sit there and like Grim was saying too, when he's got a network and things like that. People can meet up and say you took one of the truckers, met up, license, because we can all be accountable for ourselves, right? And you can record it and track where the stuff goes. If it has to go to Texas, then it goes to this trucker that meets another one. You know what I mean? Like it can make its way there and be accountable.
Right.
Oh, I have a question though. I don't know much about trucking, obviously, but don't you have to have proper paperwork and all that junk?
You have to have a bill of lading, and you can set up a bill of lading on your own. You just have to get a gross weight, which you can do at any truck stop.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or I could answer that.
I was going to say, well, we could do what drug dealers do and just fucking ship it and say, fuck it.
Right.
Works for me.
I got a couple friends.
Yeah, right.
I'm joking,
I
man. I'm
think
joking.
what happens when a truck does not stop at a way station.
They're down now. You said what? Drug dealing? No. So, listen, guys, I think right now the ideas we have, where it's headed in a great direction. I mean, that's where everything starts in the beginning. But the hard part is after we get the ideas all down packed, it's the actual action. That's the hardest part of any corporation, LLC idea, is getting to the action part. So I know, I mean, like Alaska Prepper, he's way out in the boondocks, so it might be a little harder for him to get stuff at a fair price, right? Because isn't stuff priced like insanely high up there?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to order stuff from up here.
So, and preppers in Alaska would be, I guess, a lot cheaper on our end. You know, I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it is to shipping or trucking things to you guys, or flying it, a helicopter, or bird, whatever it is. However, we help. You should come up with the logistic portion of helping out Alaskan preppers. If you're interested, I know that certain places.
I know Alabama is like a really cheap state. Taxes and everything is way lower than everywhere else.
Do that.
Okay.
There's states that don't even have sales tax, right? I know Delaware close to me.
The cost of the food versus cost of the transport.
All right. So listen,
I think Florida don't have sales tax neither, right?
I know they
Gray
used
Man?
to not have.
Florida. We don't have a state tax. We don't have state tax. We have just, like when you get your check, you have federal taxes, but we do have a sales tax, and it differs from city to city.
Yeah, that's well known.
If you're paying less for food, but then paying more for fuel to ship it, it's going to weigh itself out. So you really need to look at the logistics of it, because it might be just cheaper to order at places closer to Texas, Louisiana, for example, Oklahoma, wherever. Arkansas is pretty close. So,
Yep, very true.
So Alaska Prepper, one of the food banks I was looking at, right? It's a Houston food bank, and it's powered by Feeding America. And I know that Feeding America company is pretty on the level, but I don't know about their administration fee or percentage, whatever that is. That I didn't look into until you mentioned it. I was like, oh shit, never thought about that.
Okay.
That's one food bank. And somebody in here put something about San Antonio food bank.
I'm gonna take a look at the comments on my last video, because there were a few comments there that mentioned like more. This is what I was told. All right, I don't like to say bad things about anyone or anything, but this is not really bad. This is what I was told. I was told that the food banks in the major cities aren't as good as the food banks in the rural areas, meaning that they like use up more administrative costs and less of what is given goes to the people. Whereas in the rural areas, obviously it's more country bumpkin, but more of the money that you donate goes to actually helping the people. That's what I was told, but I have to actually vet the food banks that we're going to give to just make sure that that's right. So I'm going to look. I already wrote this one down, the one you gave me. I'll vet it. I'll give them a call. I'll see what their administrative costs are and all that stuff. See how many people they help, and then I'll look at 2 or 3 more in rural areas and ask them the same questions. I just want to make sure that the money's going to get to the people that need it, instead of fat cats sitting in an office somewhere, charging a 30% administrative fee so that they can get a nice salary. I want to make sure this is going to get where people are actually going to eat. I want people to eat, Angry Prepper.
I hear you, but here's the one thing about the cities versus the rural area. You have more employees in the city area. That's That's why
there's probably more of a need up there. Yeah.
Right. So like,
I'm not. I'm definitely not on one side or another as far as like if it goes to a city or a rural area. I just, like I said, these people that give money to these funds, this charity.
Yeah.
It's money, the way I see it is they're giving you they're donating a part of their life. If they gave $10, it cost them a half an hour of their life to give that. I want to make sure that we are as responsible as we can possibly be with it, and that the most use that can come out of that money comes out of that money. Because that's the way that I honor the people that donate to that fund, is by making sure that it's used responsibly and that it's really going to go to where it's needed. So, but we'll talk about that later on. I'm going to end up vetting 2 or 3 or 4 different food banks, and then we'll make a decision collectively between us. I'll give you a call and see.
This is why I said that, I wanted you to run the point on that, because again, this is what you do. You've done it multiple times. And listen, me, you put a little sad kid in the front of a website starving. I'm like, I'll donate to that one right away, just because that's how they get people, right? They get people, the kid with the sad eyes and the fucking, So you dive more into it, so that's good. But I mean, there's no but that's a good thing. So I do appreciate it. Other than that, guys, if we don't have anything else to throw out there, we are definitely I'm definitely going to keep in contact with everybody, keep you guys up to date what's going on. If we do another meeting, if you will, if we're talking about this, probably going to do it in Zoom, so that we're not always fucking bombarding people with this. We'll give an update through each of our videos as to what's going on, right? But as far as this, I wanted everyone to initially see what we were doing and pitch ideas. And here was the other one. San Antonio Food Bank. It's by another one that's powered by Feeding America. They provide the rural areas. This is by Kevin Gadsden. He made the comment. Thank you, Kevin, for throwing it out there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm writing that down right now.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
I'll start looking
I would like
into
to
those.
challenge everybody who has a channel. Everybody who has a channel, I challenge you to do a live stream or a video called Prepping for Texas, number 4. Share Alaska Preppers link for the donation in the description and get the word spread, and challenge every prepping channel as well.
Roger,
that's a good idea.
I already did it. So I got the first one. I got the second one in. Thank you.
So real quick before we sign off, I just want to say that I'm going to go ahead and keep this open for this first donation, probably for another week, because I really want to get the money to the food banks, and it also gives me time to vet the food banks. I'm going to have to get in touch with my credit card company so they can up my limit, because that's how I do the donations, is online with a credit card. That way I can have proof, and that I actually did it and have a receipt for it online. So I'm figuring that a week from today, whatever money there is in that account 1 week from today, that's the money that I'm going to go ahead and donate out the following week. So you're looking at about 10 days before we make our donations. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have $3 burning a hole in your pockets, use that link, and I sell cheap coffee. My coffees are only $3 a piece, but you can buy more than one if you want. All right, and that's what it takes to get into that game right there. It's $3 for a coffee. Like I said, this time next week, I'm going to go ahead and do a video. I'll probably announce it on my live stream, not this Sunday, but following Sunday, and show everyone exactly how much we have. And then when I actually do the donation, I'll do a short video showing the process and showing that it was done. That way, everyone will be able to see where their hard-earned dollars went to.
Grim, did you say a live or a video?
Either or.
Okay.
I plan to do it for my scheduled live stream on Sunday.
What was that, Grayman?
No, Grim said to do. We're gonna use the hashtag Preppers for Texas. Use that hashtag with your link in there and discuss what we're discussing now, either on a live or a video, so that they have a direction for. Because every channel has, we have like a backbone of subs that may only follow specific channels,
right?
And you try to reach everybody in like a spider web.
Yeah, that's great. 6 degrees of separation.
I just wanted to say I appreciate Alaska for, you know, putting this stuff on your shoulders. You're the one that's going to deal with the money. You're the one that's going to have to put the work in to do all the donations and talk to your people you got hired to deal with this and talk to your credit card company. It puts a lot of weight on you, man. I appreciate you taking that on. So you took it off of us.
It's all good, man. I appreciate that, man. As long as it's doing good for someone else, I have no problem doing the legwork, man.
Yep, like I said, guys, I do appreciate all of you guys for joining me tonight. And you guys didn't have to. Everyone came up with good ideas. I do appreciate that. Let me also mention again, please, for the month of, because we're entering March, the month of March, do not donate to me. Donate to Alaska Preppers coffee. Buy them a coffee, please. That's going to help Texas. That's me reiterating this whole thing. I do appreciate the super chats for the 2 that came in tonight. Thank you. That is going to go to Alaska Prepper as well. And moving forward, listen, like I said, for the month of March. So do me a favor, guys. Here's the other thing, too, with the donations. It makes it a lot easier if you give it directly to Alaska Preppers Coffee Fund. You give it to me, then I'm the idiot sitting there trying to break this shit down with my bad math. So don't give it to me. Give it to him. It makes it helps me out 100%, please. Other than that, guys, yes, I can't even count to 2. If you don't mind, if you guys don't mind, thank you for watching us. Guys, thank you for joining me. Alaska Prepper, again, very, very appreciated. Thank you for your ideas. People in the chat, thank you for your ideas. And guys, good night.
Good night.
Bye, guys. Have a good night. Be safe.
Shalom.